yeah, I was doing a little bit of testing earlier, but now we should be okay. We should be fine. Everything is nice and great and dandy. We are all right.
Resident Evil.
3. It doesn't say the 3, and I'm missing a 3 there. I am missing a 3 there. Man. All right, last time we played, we had managed to unlock a number of things to do. We have to go grab... What is it? We need to grab a number of things to get a trolley working again, and I know that we can go a specific place in order to get one of those. We have a wrench, which we can use to unplug... Well, not unplug, rather... debolt? We can use it to remove the bolts on a hose. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. We can use it to remove the bolts on a hose, so that we can move it to another place that needs that hose, and then we should be fine. I think we also found a spot to use the power cable, or maybe the rusted crank. Well, we know where to use the power cable. It's at the trolley. But we need a few things more. I think I'm gonna go to the place with the hose first, because I know where that is. So let's go take care of that. Do you know the myth, the legend, Scott Sterling? Scott Sterling. Is that a wrestler? I feel like that's a wrestler. Don't know why anyone feels fear. Oh, don't know why anyone feels fear. I don't. Huge doubt on that one. It's only human to feel fear. It's only human. You can't just say, I don't feel this and not feel it. If you can do that kind of thing, I feel like there's gotta be something going on. To be that emotionally numb, I mean, I don't mean to, you know, insult or anything. But if you're that emotionally numb, I feel like there's gotta be something in the works there. Fear is just a human emotion. You can't not feel something just by saying, I don't feel it. That is rather confusing. Survival instinct? Yeah, pretty much, right? I mean, fear is what keeps us going, yeah. Pretty much. It is nice and human and healthy, just like pain is. It's the same thing. It's like you can't just say that you don't feel pain, because you do. In a number of ways, shapes, and forms, you have to feel it. Because otherwise, once again, there's gotta be something wrong in the works. Ah, damn. You know what's wrong in the works? My HP, that's what's wrong. Gotta go grab the hose. There's another one of those goobers over there, but quite honestly, I don't want to deal with them, so I'm not going to. So, you know, let's go. There are people that don't feel pain. This is true. That is, I forget what it's called, but it is a condition, right? Like their nerves just don't work quite right, so they do not feel pain. And it is very, very bad, because if you can't feel pain, how do you know there's something wrong with your body? Is that Carlos? I feel like Carlos was here. I can just like dodge and weave through these guys, so I'm not gonna waste any ammo. Guess I'm inhuman. I mean, like I said, man. Like I said, I don't know. That seems like a very silly topic, though. So you know, let's just skip over it, I suppose. Let's just skip over it. It was my bad, my B. I should not have, you know, started it up, and I am going to shut it down now. It's an illness. They don't notice when they touch a stove, and they are prone to breaking their bones. Yeah, it sounds like very, very unfortunate, that kind of thing happening. Like, I remember reading about it, you know, a while ago. And by a while ago, I mean when I was like, I don't know, must have been like 10, 11, 12. I remember reading about that kind of thing, and I was just like, how can not feeling pain be a bad thing, right? I don't have to feel headaches. I don't have to feel, you know, my tummy hurt. And then I'm like, oh, right, I don't feel if I'm like bleeding. That's, yeah, that is bad. That is very, very bad. The conversation really took a turn, didn't it? I guess it all started with the whole dentist appointment thing. Some things are too much for a console like here. Exactly, exactly. I think it's okay to keep it on, you know, the surface level, but then, you know, we just let it go and keep going. Let's go ahead and get this hose. Okay, there was not that much hose there when I used the wrench. I feel like there is something fundamentally different with what I had there and what I have now. But I'm not about to complain because I need this to go ahead and put out the fire back in the place where I was, which I don't remember where it was anymore. Never mind, yes I do. I just have to make my way back to the thing, and then I go through the place, and then bazinga. From dentist space words to eternal AI waifu generator to... Oh, that's one of them gone. That was a trick. We were talking about Game Boy Colors at the start. That's the thing. That's the funny part. We were just talking about Game Boy games at the start. But it is my job to steer conversations the right way, because after all, this is my channel. That is the thing that is important to realize, right? When it comes to like Twitch streaming, is that you can always just like redirect the conversation flow. Like if you just say enough of this, that's it, right? So it's always important to like not have that kind of idea of like, oh well, I guess we're here, so let's just keep with it, you know? And it kind of is hard to do, especially for me, because I'm like a very socially the first word that comes to my mind is ineffective, but I don't think that's quite the right word for this. I'm a very socially not great at social kind of person. So like I feel very not at liberty to do these kinds of things. But I mean, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I be able to do that kind of thing? It's my stream, right? I can do what I want. It's always very important, and it is an important part of knowing to manage your community. Because at the end of the day, that's all it all matters. That's that's what it is all about. And also being able to talk, that's also an important part of streaming. Generally speaking, being able to talk. Fellas, did you know that being able to talk is good? Did you know that? So being able to talk is a good thing. Might have surprised you, but it's true. It is very true. We also have more power because we need to type while we can just talk and also ignore chat. I don't ignore chat. Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't ignore chat. I mean, sometimes I do. But it's only if I don't like feel like answering. But for the most part, I do try to read everything. Also, I did see the MGS Facta, don't worry. It's just that once I get started on something, I usually want to finish my thought before like going into something else. So it ends up leading into these kinds of scenarios where I talk for like minutes on end. And by the time that I'm catching up with chat, it's like it's already another whole conversation has started. I can't really do much about it, unfortunately. I do my best, but I can't really do much about it. Socially inept, that's the word. That is the word. Unmanipulative, socially uncoercive, those are words, but no, it is socially inept. Isn't typing easier than talking through all your thoughts at once? It depends. I mean, in this kind of scenario, since I get to talk versus typing, I get to put out things... There's a zombie there. Since I'm talking, I get to like just put things out there like very fast, but in terms of like, you know, just expounding upon your thoughts, I would say the typing is far, far better. Because when it comes to talking, there is a tiny little issue, which is you might say some things you didn't actually want to say. And that can be very bad, or it can be very not, you know, important at all. It could be just something like, you know, making a mistake in the word that you used. It could be something like, you know, pronouncing a word incorrectly. You could just, you know, trip on your own words. All those kinds of things, right? When you're typing, you don't really need to deal with any of that because, you know, you can just... Fuck me! What is that creature? When you're typing! When you're typing, you can take all the time in the world to think about what you typed out. Think if it's what you really want to put out there, and then put it out there. You don't really get that luxury when you're talking. At least not generally speaking. I mean, you kind of do. Like, it's not like anybody's like forcing you to like... Although there are some people like that, aren't there? There's some people that are really like that. They're like, oh, why aren't you saying anything? Ooh, and it's like, I'm fucking thinking. Have you ever heard of that? I'm thinking. Annoying. But yeah, for the most part, people will give you like time to process your thoughts if you're thinking about something. What in the world is this? Is this like something I can shoot? I feel like this might explode if I shoot it, so I'm gonna shoot at it from a distance. Also, I'm gonna actually draw this idiot out. Ooh, well, I guess I was too close to the explosive. Damn, I didn't expect that to kill me, though. Oh, yes, I can ignore chat messages about certain topics. This is true. Also, checking my posture. I also don't want to post a huge 300-word wall of text. This is also very bad. I am good about not posting huge 300-word walls, though, generally speaking. But I feel like when you're typing also, like if you do make a mistake, it's very much worse to recover from it. Because if I make a mistake in what I'm saying, I'm just like, oh, oops, my bad, I didn't mean to say that. If I'm typing, I'm just like, you know, oh, shit, I mean, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to, I was going to, you see, like all of that, if I was to type it out, I would just be, you know, adding a lot of noise to a conversation. So it's kind of bad to recover from that. Supposedly talking is faster, the XP is wasted because I state like, how the fuck am I supposed to phrase that? Yeah. That happens when you have a lot of thinking going on, for sure. I think that's like one of those kinds of things though, right? It's just how some people think, right? Some people have it easier in that kind of way because their thoughts are more, I mean, I can't know for a fact because I can't just peer into somebody's skull and be like, ah yes, this is how they think, but I'm guessing that like they probably have their thoughts more neatly organized, so like they don't stumble over their thoughts too much, and then other people just have like fucking ping pong balls just blitzing all over their skull, being like, hey, what about this, what about this, what about this, what about this? Isn't that what ADHD is actually? Anyways, most people will give you time to think and respond. Most. Ugh. Maybe I should record thoughts in a journal so I can say it better next time I talk. Yeah, that is actually not a bad idea. If you see, the thing is, if you write things down, it'll be easier for you to remember them. So if you can, you know, write out your thoughts, you will definitely have an easier time picking them apart and putting them into words next time. I should probably... Oh, there's... Well, I mean, it can't be Carlos. Was that Carlos? I know that was somebody else, but not sure who. Anyway. I think Carlos was still back at the trolley, though, wasn't he? Alright, keep going, though. Let me get to the Metal Gear Solid Facta before I forget, by the way. Let me think. Metal Gear Solid Facta about Metal Gear Solid... Metal Gear Solid what? Metal Gear Solid... Let's go with Revengeance. Let me see if I can think of a fact for Revengeance. I don't really know too many Revengeance factas, but I should be able to come up with something. I know that I already mentioned the wooden sword that houses Snake's spirit. What else is there for Revengeance, though? I can't really... Oh, wait, the hose is back there. Can't really think of that many. Like, I'm trying to challenge myself to think of something, but honestly, it's coming up blank on the fun factas. I mean, I know something that is interesting to me. It's not exactly fun per se, but it is a facta. So, if you know John Saigon, right? Fire hose is fixed with bolts. Yes, go ahead and remove it. What do you mean you don't need to use this? If you know John Saigon, who voices Solidus Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2, they actually got him back for Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance for a trailer, right? Where it's in Raiden's past when he's being, you know, trained up as a child soldier, right? And, you know, Solidus is teaching him all about how, you know, blades are more personal and yada yada yada. And the thing is, you would think that if they brought back John Saigon from like how many years ago since he last, you know, did his Solidus role, they brought him back to reprise his Solidus role, right? For a trailer. You would think they would possibly maybe also think to include him some way, somehow in the game, right? Maybe as a bit of DLC. They didn't. They didn't. They just had him as a trailer thingamajig. And I was very disappointed. And I was very sad. That's the cool fact of Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance. It disappointed me. Can I request I'm just factors the stream until my points are all gone? You cannot, because if you do that, I'll just restrict the usage of Metal Gear Solid factors. Actually, imagine conversation might come up at work, etc. for the talk. Yeah, I do that too. I mean, not conversations that might come up in the specific. Let me try that again. See, this is what it can do when you're just like talking out loud, is you can mess up, but then you can get right back into it. Yeah, when you talk about, when you think about like a conversation in advance, I do that as well. I do that as well. I've started doing that from a very young age, and I gotta be honest, I don't think it did me any good. I think it fucked me up more than it did me. It did me more harm than it did me any good whatsoever, I do believe. Can you fucking... Can you get off of me? Okay. So, I need to draw the attention of that guy. Also, I needed a crank, I remember now, to open up a door. And I need to get back onto that other Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear Rising Revengeance factor. Yeah, I get fucked. This time I took precautions. Green blood, is that censored or normal because the monster? This is normal, although it is censored on... is it censored? I know there's like a number of censorship thingies. I believe it's the German edition. Yeah, the German edition of this game actually has censorship on the blood, if I'm not mistaken, which turns it from red to green. And let's go try out the next Metal Gear Solid factor. Let me think.
Wait.
Oh shit. Oh, Nikolai.
What did you do?
I had no choice. He was about to turn into a zombie. It would have been a threat, so I eliminated it.
But he was still conscious, wasn't he?
He was as good as dead. And it took fewer bullets to kill him now than it would have if he had transformed.
I mean, he has a point. Metal Gear Solid facta from Metal Gear Solid. Let's go with 2. Did you know that in Metal Gear Solid 2, the game runs at 60 FPS on the PlayStation 2? It doesn't on a Switch.
Not now, I'm busy.
That is your fun fact. Business facts. Order sheet. The liquid medicine named VTJ98 is suitable to cultivate the NET type virus. Therefore, we'll need to order additional quantities of it. UE6 Laboratory. Have I missed out on anything? I have. Alright, you know what that means. I'm gonna go look up the files on Google. Let me just bring this over here. Preparing with myself for conversations helped me a few times because I was able to make it clear what I was thinking. Oh, I was thinking about the same things my family was. That's good. I'm glad to hear that it helped out. Usually when it comes to me, when I think of these things, they just... Sorry, just trying to get a little something up in my microphone. Usually when I do these kinds of things, they just make me overthink a hell of a lot. And I usually go through like a number of ways that the conversation could possibly go, and it never ends up being the way that I want it to be. It's always like, it's probably going to go this way, and it's like, it is. So like, it kind of lends to me just like thinking more negatively, because I'm just like thinking, oh, whatever I think is the worst option is going to be the worst option, you know? Sales office uptown. That's where I need to get the manager's report. Where is the sales office? Am I in the sales office? This looks like a sales office. This is the sales office. Alright, so we get it from here, the manager's report. Let's go ahead and do that. Could have snapped his neck with even less bullets. That's true. You know, that was such a kindness he did him. He just shot him to death instead of snapping his neck. Ugh. Awful. The resident zombie spread by biting? Yes, but he wasn't a zombie yet. He was just like turning, or he was gonna turn because he was bitten. When I tried to predict exactly what people were saying, it either was okay and true, but rude, or unwise and incorrect. Well, I mean, there's only one or the other, right? You're either correct or you're not. But yeah, like I said, it can be helpful, but my experience has been not very good. The question is, when do they become infectious? Right, that I wouldn't know. I mean, at the point that they've turned into a zombie for sure. But then again, I guess the guy wouldn't let him just like break his neck either. He's a soldier, even if he's like hurt. Probably wouldn't be the easiest thing to do. And yeah, he might just be worried about infection himself. Before you begin your new position, please allow me to give you some advice. Some of the medicine in the storage room are unstable and their quality will deteriorate under changing temperatures or humidity. Therefore, you must remember to keep the temperature the same in the storage room at all times. You should personally check it every day, although the computer checks it around the clock. A machine is not perfect. True! Try and remember that a machine is no more than a tool to be used by people. Goddamn. You must check all personnel coming and going to the storage room. Many dangerous drugs are stored there. If any of them are missing, you have a serious problem in your hands. The door to the storage room is always locked, but when you let personnel into it, you will need to have them hand in their documents. And above all else, remember that if you find anything suspicious, contact your boss immediately. If you forget the password to lock the door, try and remember that it is a word that everyone is familiar with. Don't forget that once a new product is shipped, the password will be updated again. You can always enter the password from a terminal of the PC for administration. A word that everyone is familiar with. You'd think it would be umbrella, no? Hold on a second. Jill should watch her back. She could be shot anytime since she was also bitten technically. She was bitten a number of times. I think we've discussed this already though. What do you call it? They have immunity to it for some reason. I don't exactly know the why, but I'm fairly sure that there's actually like, you know, confirmation that yeah, the protagonists just are like immune to getting their, you know, getting their asses turned for some reason. Please enter password and then press the return key. Let's not do that quite yet. I still want to look around a little bit more. There we go. Just want to look around. There's also a remote that I can use. I just want to, you know, see. Chemical storage, access to storage controlled by computer. Let's go use the remote and see what that does. Spelling errors. Breathes in Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, it used to be pretty damn bad, huh? I mean, some games still have it a little bit rough, but for the most part, it is better. For the most part. I use the control. Yes, yes I will. The common cure, Safsprin. Okay, that must be what the password is then. Because it's a word that everyone is familiar with, and since it gets updated every new product, it must be the new product. So... Safsprin. Oh, oops. Oops. It's a nice thing they actually gave us a backspace. There we go. Activate unlock. Please wait. Current status unlocked. Nice! I've only played Resident Evil 5, so there's that corpo that creates the T-virus. There's a number of corporations over like the period of Resident Evil. The original one is Umbrella. Then there's like... Shit, what is the one in 5? Well, Ethan Winters. Ethan is the guy from the Fungus RE, right? Yes, he's the fun guy. Speaking of which, we are going to be playing Village, which is definitely going to like shed some light on exactly what happened in 7. Because, well, I should probably not actually discuss this, but we will talk about it more when we're doing Village. Because like that's supposed to like actually talk more about Ethan. Do they want to create a superhuman? I mean, the virus is supposed to be used for like biological weapons. So like, you know, the dogs, the zombies, the etc, 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 to like, but that's just like experiments to reach the ultimate life form that would be the actual like biological weapon they would field, I guess, which are like the tyrants, yeah? Like the Nemesis, the Mr. X's, the tyrants, those are tyrants. And then Wesker is like, but what if I were the ultimate life form? And then he just injects himself, and lucky him, it actually works out, and he gets to have no side effects until Resident Evil 5, I think it is. So it's kind of like thank you for the fixed posture. Also, I see that ASMR. Let me just go check chat a little bit, and all good. Let me go ahead and hi, how's it going? How you doing? Y'all okay? Cool. Also, hi Andy, how you doing? Hello Andy, how's it going? I can shoot that valve. I'm pretty sure that if I shoot that valve, steam comes out. And if I shoot steam out, it's probably gonna scald the enemy. Probably, maybe. Possibly. Now here's what I'm thinking, okay? Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I'm gonna get just destroyed by someone or something when making my way outside. So I'll probably have to use the valves to damage them. Either that, or they might be part of some puzzle, but I doubt it. I'm definitely gonna get chased by something there. And then I have to kill it, and I will cry, and I will scream. Is Nikolai still here? Hi, Nikolai. Nikolai is examining the mercenary using his PC. Damn, bro. Okay. Let's go back and make some ammo, and then free up some space in our inventory, then come back for some more, shall we? What's FGA? A program that auto farms FGO nodes for you, I believe. Real. An auto-battle program for FGO. That's crazy. You know, I never really quite got the whole auto-farming kind of deal, because it's like I do now, but it's like the concept of just letting the game run on auto mode is such an interesting concept to me, because you play the game, right? But like, you just let it play itself, so you can get to the good parts, I guess is the idea, right? It's like, you're not really playing the game, you just want to like let the game get to a point where you can play the part of the game that you actually want, and everything else just like runs automatically, yeah. But like, isn't that weird? Are you even enjoying the game at that point? Like, you're not playing, you're not playing, right? You're not playing, you're just like kind of, you know? I don't know, man, it seems kind of weird to me to like do auto battle, but I get it, because I do, but like from a, like I'm doing the Ever Crisis thing and I'm doing auto battle, but it's like from a game standpoint, I'm just like, am I really enjoying this game if I'm just like auto playing it? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, how to mix gunpowders, A and B, okay, A plus C, B plus C, C, okay. So if I don't have C, I just make, okay, cool, gotcha. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put all of this shit in here. I got two different cranks. This is gunpowder B, and I'm pretty sure I had A back there. But I am not entirely sure, so I will allow myself this many slots. Actually, no, it's not if I allow myself this many slots. I will do this. Then we're gonna go grab whatever it is that's inside the thing. Then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna make a shit ton of ammo, and then it's gonna be Gucci. It's gonna be great. Go do that. When is this over? When is the thing over? Fuck me, I still don't know. Whispering clinically proven through this probability of it. The probabilistic attractiveness of you to zombies. Yes. They can't hear me, they can't hunger for me. That's what I'm saying, baby. Saves me from hell of point ladder and lotto events, or pseudo lotto events that have point ladders. Like, I get it, once again, I do get it. But it's like, man, you know, it's like you do the same thing, yeah, over and over again for hundreds of hours, and it's like, it's always the same thing, you know? Like, I get the idea, because that's the whole point of the design, is just to get people to play more and more and more of it. It's such a contradictory design, because it's like, yeah, you're just like, are you really enjoying it? Because like the fights that are good, but like when you have to do the grind, it's just like, ugh, fuck. And we're back to normal, I think. I'm pretty sure we're back to normal. We're good. Enjoyed FGO's story, but hated the endless farming. Yeah. It's like, once again, like, I'm not even like trying to, you know, get on anybody's case for like auto grinding or like playing a game that features auto grind or whatever, because that's like all gacha is just that. Yeah. But I do feel like some handle it better than others do, because it's like there's games that literally just go ahead and say, hey bro, can you clear this game just or can you clear this this mission without having to do this? Like, can you clear it with like ease, pretty much, right? They ask you, and then if you can, they just go, okay, in that case you get to skip the entire mission. Like, that's like their skip. But then you have something like Arknights where it's like, hey, if you want to do this mission automatically, you have to have a setup that can do this automatically without you interacting, right? And I do feel like that kind of thing is a bit more on the better side of things. Something's gonna break through the wall. Yeah. Oh no! What's going on? Ah, shit. That's a lot of fucking goons. No. There we go. And then this one. Fool. And then I can take the rest of them with the just the shotgun. Okay, I thought there was gonna be like Nemesis coming through or something, but they can be scalded to death, by the way? That puts so many things into question. But hey, I'm not about to start pondering. Whew, that was pretty easy. If I do say so myself. Is Nikolai okay? He kind of let out a blood-curdling scream. I'm worried about him. Where was I? Arknights? Something about like auto farming? Who cares? It's fine. Anyways, fuck me! I am going to get bitten. Oh. Yeah, get the fuck out. Woohoo! Alright. Goodness. Well, at least they're not breaking through those windows. Not that I really care about it, because there's nothing inside for me. The cop that was on the window up top, though, he might break out. And if so, I'm gonna be ready for him. Come on, buddy. Or not, I guess. Just gonna get this, then. Might as well take it and infuse it with the other red and greens that I have. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of HP now that I'm just, like, not dealing with Nemesis. Go figure. Try not to deal with the big bad guy that you're not supposed to deal with. Makes the game a lot easier. Thinking emoji. Hey! Buddy! Fuck. I'm guessing that I probably can't go through that side anymore. Jeez. Bitch. It's a good thing I have some stuff packed up though. Packed up lunch. Alright, let me read some more comments. People have no comment to play the game until new chapter drops. That's true. It's kind of like content that you have to do. It's a bit similar to MMOs, right? Except you can't really automate an MMO. I mean, you can, but that's, you know, bannable offense. Arknights is the worst, as mode takes like 30 minutes. You have to sit through that each week on auto. It's pretty rough. Wow, these comments are like 3 minutes old. That's wow, I'm really back on the chat. Sorry. It is nice though, like earning your auto battle, right? It's like, oh, you gotta set it up so that it works just fine. I mean, I guess in a sense, all auto battle is like that, but like I said, there's like the ones that are just like you just skip through the battles, which is like, I mean, at that point you're not even playing the game at all, are you? Glad I don't want to play gacha. Just want to collect Pokemon, see I beat or 100% something. Yes, that is very good. That is very good. Do not get into gacha. Gacha is bad. Gacha is very, very bad. I used to play like 10 gacha at the same time, set my alarm just to do everything on cooldown. That is awful. I hate to hear that. I'm glad that you don't do that anymore though. Oof. That is really, really unfortunate. Jeez. On cool note, FGO, GP. Oh, GP is getting an Australian servant soon, one based on spirits from an Aboriginal tribe. That's pretty neat, yeah. See, FGO has so much to pull from. I feel like sometimes they do themselves this service by just going like, I mean, I do get that they're like, you know, they are... Wait, can I even go anywhere? No, I need to go back. Don't I? I do need to go back because there's no other way to get to that point besides through Nemesis. Shit. I'm gonna have to heal up if he readies up the rocket launcher though. Okay, I can't just like run through. I thought that would block my passage like from water pressure or something. But yeah, once again, I do feel like they do themselves this service from how many just Japanese servants they have, right? It's like every other time they just like throw another new one in. And it's like, of course, like they're a Japanese company, of course they're gonna do like a lot of Japanese servants. But it's like, there's a world out there, you know? There's a whole ass world out there, and you could just like do whatever you want, you know? You can do so many kinds. And I do feel like they do themselves this service when they don't take advantage of just how many cultures there are out there that they could, you know, try and, what do you call it? Try and, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? I can't find it, but I'll just use translate. They could take like a number of, you know, myths and historic people and just like translate them into, you know, Fate characters. And again, maybe it's also like difficulty of finding, you know, material about these kinds of things, because that could also be a possibility. It's like, oh, we don't want to do this because it's very... Will you create the enhanced ammo? Yes, I will. Oh my god, handgun ammo enhanced. Look at these bad boys. 9mm parabellum rounds added with powerful powder created with the reloading tool. Used for either the M92F or the SIG Pro. What is this one? 9x19 parabellum rounds used for either... Yeah, just whatever. That is so cool! Yes, give me the enhanced ammo. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Yeah. These look so insane. Let's mesh these two together. I'm gonna maybe take out the shotgun. How you doing, Puffy? Hello. Today's chat is going a little bit too fast for me because I am playing game and reading chat at the same time, and I am already bad at doing that, and there's a lot of things going on. So how do you do? How's it going? Hope you're having a good time. Such in Fate Grand Order. Let me go through it a bit more. Is this your most complaints about the popular mobile game? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it does turn to that kind of thing. I'm not exactly complaining about it today, though. I'm just like pointing out that, you know, they have a lot of Japanese servants, and apparently they're like doing Aboriginal spirit-inspired servant now, and it's like, yeah, because like there's so many myths out there. There's so much culture out there that you can like translate into the game, and I feel like, you know, not doing that is just like doing themselves a disservice. Here we go. Can we get... Nice. We're making 8 rounds instead of 7 now. I mean, I'm not at a point where I'm actually getting like really powerful ammo, huh? That's very good. I will, however, put this down here, and I guess I'll keep the shotgun as is? Yeah. Rusted crank. What do I do with a rusted crank? Does this even work? A hex-edged crank, its grip is heavily rusted. Can't really do much with that now, can I? What if I use the... No, that sounds stupid. The additive oil is just for, like, use with the trolley. But could oil be used to de-rust the crank? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. What is going on? Not surprised about their servant choices. So stuff they can't do. Good luck that pushed them to focus more on home. It's a lot of factors, so we shouldn't put all the blame on one factor or another. Yeah. Also have the option of adding servants from the future. They could just make more characters up with some OG lore. I mean, they do that already. There's no cultures, only us and the barbarians. Damn, we back to fucking Roman times, I see. You know that, I'm a bit rusty on this, but apparently the word barbarian literally comes from something that means the others, like the outsiders, right? Either that or like savages. I forget what it is. Like barbarian, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just like mean outsiders, right? It's just like, oh, and that's like from Greek times, if I'm not mistaken. It's like they just say, oh, they're not from here, they're not from like, you know, Athens, they're not like from like, you know, it wasn't Greece back then, but you know, they're not from Greece. Surely they must be uncultured savages, you know, unwise to the ways of society. Like, that's the way that they thought back then, right? And I do believe that that's how Barbarian was born as well, right? It's like, oh, they're not from here? Surely they must not know anything. The Greeks and Romans both use Barbaros. It's a lot of like it's a lot of that kind of, you know, us versus them kind of notion where it's like, oh, if they're not us, then they surely must be inferior, right? And I mean, to this day, that kind of notion is definitely not gone at all, but fortunately, it's definitely not as pervasive either, you know? I am glad that we as a people can be nicer to each other and just, you know, have a happy, fun time all together. For the most part. At one point, they'll be forced to collab with Tsukihime. I mean, they did have the Type Moon, the Hime character release. Is it Hime? I guess it's technically Arcade. Like, all of it is just Arcade, but I mean, it does have Hime though. I don't know, but they did collab with Tsukihime. That's what I'm trying to say. The Romans didn't have my opinion outsiders. Yeah. Come on. I could have kept running, but I didn't. I was just kind of thinking he's probably gonna grab me. I didn't want to get grabbed, but he can't grab me because he got the rocket launcher. Okay. What do you mean? Get the hell away from me. He runs so fast for such a big guy. For you. I really hate to ask this, but could he stop just like showing up in front of me? That would be very pleasant. I remember it said to be from Some Strangers Made, which to them sound like bar, bar, bar. Ah, interesting. I didn't remember that part, or maybe I'd never really learned that part. Real. Fucking real. Bro, I am fighting for my life out here. What? I mean, I'm gonna climb up and dodge, right? Yeah, good. Would I have died if I jumped off? I feel like I would have died if I jumped off, which is really shitty, because if I had game over there, they would have put me back, like, a lot farther back. I've been saved in a bit. Oh no, wait, I just saved. Never mind. Never mind. I just saved just in a second ago. Hey Yara, what separates man from savages? The Rhine? I am killing you. The Rhine. This motherfucker really came in here, 2023, and said the Rhine. God. What is wrong with you? This should be fine. This should be okay. I mean, rivers did used to be thought of as. People used to think the rivers were like divine borders, right? It's like if there's rivers, then you're not supposed to cross them. I mentioned this like a number of times already, but it's like a really cool concept. It's like there's not really, you know, the idea of borders, because borders don't exist. That shit's made up. So you have rivers, and it's like, oh, rivers are hard to cross. We probably shouldn't do that. That's like the gods telling us not to fuck around outside our territory, right? That's a really neat little idea. Unfortunately, if we go, you know, if we go by that logic, then there's a hell of a lot of just split up countries by, you know, by virtue of them having rivers all over the place. Turns out they're not actually countries, they're just a bunch of mini little domains. Try and sort that one out. Don't even know where the Rhine is. Isn't it like, isn't it France? Forget. You can see the cutie they're adding here. I'll check that later. I will check that later because clicking off the game will just freeze it. That's an interesting QTE. I mean, it's not really necessarily a QTE, but it kind of is like the precursor to a QTE, isn't it? It's like you have to decide fast. They give you a lot of time usually, but yeah, they're just like, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? I think I would have died if I had jumped off there, though. I really do. Excuse me. Not only were they barbarians, but so were the Phoenicians, like Tyre and Carthage, and many Asians. The Egyptians became Greek because what defined Greek people back then was speaking the language. Isn't history just so fascinating? I say with like the most boring tone in the world. Isn't history fascinating? It is, though. It's really neat. Ow. Hit my elbow. 16 out of 26 states in Brazil are named in some capacity after a river, even non-existing ones. It's STE. What is STE? Something time event? Slow time event? I guess so. If they give you that much time, then it kind of counts, doesn't it? I remember when QuickTime events were just becoming a thing, also. Back with, like, God of War, Resident Evil 4, Tomb Raider Legends. At least I remember it that way. I mean, QuickTime events have existed for a while, haven't they? But they really came into being during, like, the mid-2000s. Like, they really became popular during that time period. And I do think that Resident Evil 4 did a lot of work popularizing them, because it's like, whoa, look, you have to, like, you know, keep on your toes even while you're watching a cutscene. You can't rest even while you're just, you know, supposed to be watching a thing. You have to be, you know, watching out at all times. And it's, yeah, you know, that's kind of a really neat concept. It's holding something in its hand. What is it while holding? Bronze book. Oh, I can go and do the thing. Okay. Gonna go back and do that then. Because I can use the bronze book in replacement of the real book, and then I don't know what I do with the real book, but I'm assuming that the real book gives me something. How about that Unity uniting everyone against them all because of the CEO's greed? Yeah, so like, it's very funny because, you know, Johnny Rigatoni is just like a garbage man. So, you know, like, I had no idea he had joined Unity, but yeah, it does not surprise me that, you know, they went that kind of path. But I've also read something about how the board that they have up there is also just like a bunch of fucking goons. So it's like, it's not just Johnny, you know? It's not just that guy. It's also like everybody else on the board of directors is just like a bunch of greedy pricks that really, really want more money, because the poor little boys and girls, you know, they need their 11th Ferrari. They just can't cope. They just can't cope without it, you know? They just can't. They just want, you know, just one more, bro. Just one more. Please, believe me. I can put the bronze book here. There we go. Place your wisdom here. Will you take the bronze book? No, I will not. Then I could potentially take this. The future is in our hands. What do I do with the compass? I do not know. But I'll probably figure it out soon enough. Don't forget Shenmue's QTEs. Yeah. Like I said, it's been like in business for a while, right? QTEs. Rio de Janeiro being named like that because Portuguese explorers thought the Bay of Guanabara was the mouth of a river. Is that what? You know, I never really think about that kind of thing. It's like, why did they name it like river? Because they thought it was one. There you go. They backpedaled, yeah. They did backpedal, but... Can you stop? Why are there so many crows just going all over the place? Stop it. So, I mean, you know, of course they were gonna backpedal because nobody liked the stupid dumb, you know, you have to pay a shit ton of money to install game. Like, the consumers don't like it because it'll drive the developers, you know, out of business, and the developers don't like it because they'll be driven out of business. So it really is just one of those, you know, oh so common cases of like, we can make more money if we implement this. And they didn't bother to think any more than that. They literally just said, we can make more money if we do this. It's incredibly common to see this kind of thing, isn't it? Impressively so. You would think the people that are sitting at the top of these kinds of places, these kinds of, you know, businesses, they would possibly think their actions through before, you know, announcing them. But they don't. Or they do. And maybe they have some kind of plan which is yet to be revealed, which transcends our mere mortal ken. Or they're just dumb as a pile of bricks. Either or. Either or. I'm thinking it's the latter. Oh, the rusty piece of garbage actually doesn't fucking work. What do you mean? Can I use the compass? Broken hex crank is inserted here. Can't turn it without some type of help. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. A bronze made compass that says future in my hand on it. Oh, I can't do it. Thought it could be used as like a way to... How am I turning this thing then? I actually don't know how I'm turning it. The machine supplies gasoline. I actually don't know how I'm gonna turn this then. Gonna have to reconvene and think this out. Guys, you are going hard on the whole Rome conversation. What is going on? What are you guys talking about? Goodness gracious. Don't mean to, you know, don't mean to be a tyrant here, but, you know, we might want to calm down a little bit on that talk, or else we're just going to be seeing nothing but, and I'm going to be having a hard time reading through chat. More so than I already have, you know? More so than I already am having. The thing they thought was a river was actually a lake, lagoon, bay. I don't know. Isn't that the funniest thing? That people just like make those kinds of mistakes though? Like how Columbus got to America and he was like, ah yes, India. It is very funny. I like that. It's just the dumbest thing. Can I don't know if I have access to a... Oh shit. Bro? I'm coming. I'm coming closer. Roll the barrel. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Oof.
Mikhail, do you have some kind of death wish?
My people, they were wiped out by these monsters. I can't stop just because I'm wounded.
But can't you see those monsters are also the victims of Umbrella?
Are you accusing me of taking it out on them? You don't seem to understand something. We're not really involved with the company.
Yeah, they're just mercs.
There's no reason for any of us to take responsibility for this mess.
I know that. And right now, that's the only reason why I'm trying to cooperate with you.
Sorry. I feel so useless.
Don't. You fought hard and have the wounds to prove it.
But I'm still alive. My men aren't.
Don't think about that now. Just rest.
What accent is that? I mean, his name is Mikhail, so I'm guessing it must be... Going by name, I'm assuming that it's, you know, Russian type name. So, you know.
Could not save my men.
Something in that strike area. Not only that, but they also have a guy named Nikolai who is a 110% Russian. So I'm assuming they must be pals in some way, shape, or form. These are just mercenaries, so they don't necessarily need to know each other, but, you know, I'd like to believe that that is the way that it goes. Is there anything here that I can use? No, there is not. I came here for no reason whatsoever except to see Mikhail kick some ass. Imagine if we could talk in some sort of chat. True! Too bad. Nobody gets to talk. Only I get to talk. I'm the only ruler here. I get the right of word, and only I. Nobody else. Doesn't sound Russian to me, the accent. I mean, it doesn't really sound Russian to me either, but it's like, what else, right? What else could it be? I'm not entirely sure. What is? Are they from the Wagner Group? Ugh. No real life references, please. Please. Let me see. Mikhail name. Also, I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. I'm just trying to do how the game does. It's it is a Russian name. There we go. So he must be Russian, even if his accent doesn't quite sound the part. And then again, don't you guys ever think about how maybe, you know, the stereotypical Russian accent isn't actually necessarily how Russian accents sound like? Or to put it in a better way, do you ever worry that maybe we think that certain accents sound a specific way because we've been led to believe that they do, but they actually don't really? You know what I'm saying? It's like not everybody's going to have the same way of speaking even if they share the same language, right? I don't speak with the same Portuguese accent that other Portuguese speakers have, for example. You know, maybe that's the same deal with Mikhail, you know? Get deaded. Beach. Are you bleeding? You're not bleeding. You're bleeding now. Do you measure in inches or centimeters, Mr. Ruler? Centimeters. I am metric system. I guess I should go by imperial though if I'm ruler. Bilingual, had an American parent? No, I just played a lot of games. Watch a lot of TV. He speaks gibberish and says it's Portuguese. Sound American or Canadian? Yeah, I mean, I do think that a talent that I do have is an eye. Here's what I don't have. I don't have a brain for words because I meant to say ear right there. I do think I have an ear for like sounds, specifically when it comes to languages. So I do try to replicate, you know, an accent as best as I can. I think I'm not 100% successful because unfortunately I can't really... People have ways that they speak and they can't really 100% get rid of them unless they really, really, really go at it. I don't really go at it, so there are a few shreds of, you know, Portuguese accents that I can't really, you know, get rid of. But I think that's fine. I think I do a good enough job, you know, imitating an American accent. I think it's okay, honestly. Speaking of imitating American accents, you ever see the show House MD with Hugh Laurie? Yeah, that's his name, isn't it? Guy is British, right? But he plays an American doctor, and for the longest time, I just thought he was an American. I just straight up thought he was an American. He hides his accent so perfectly well. It's actually insane. Like, it is nutty. If you've never seen it, try looking up a clip, give it a listen, tell me you don't think that man is American. Like, it is, if there's any, you know, instance of him just like letting up and, you know, letting his British accent out, I can't tell. I cannot tell. You know? Oh, talking about Mikhail. Okay, sorry, my bad. My bad. That's another thing that I do as well. It's I always assume the things are about me. I am very narcissistic. Smile. No, that's an actual joke. I'm not. But when I'm missing context, I just assume that it's about me. Because I think that's usually like an alright way to go about it. If I don't have the whole context, just assume it's about the streamer. Why not? Why not? Still amazed that Brazil named its biggest river after a US American company. Shut up. Shut up. Ugh. Shut it. You also have to watch out with stuff like something is rubbish / trash if you want to act like an American. In that regard, I don't really think too hard, honestly. I don't really think about that too terribly hard, because machine oil alone does not seem to be enough for the machine. Can I not? Okay, there we go. Some of the parts seem to be out of order. The fuse is broken, mixed oil has been used up. So I need a fuse. Machine oil alone does not seem to be enough, so I need to use it in order, I get it. So now I need to go grab the fuse, which I probably get by opening up the door to the place, but how do I open that up? I need to have an item. I feel like I'm forgetting something regarding this future compass. Bronze made compass. It says future in my hand on it. I don't remember when I'm supposed to use this though. I really don't. I thought I was making a note of everything in my mind, but I just can't remember. I could not do Portuguese accents. I can barely do other Brazilian accents. I'm accidentally egocentric too. The good thing is they can always fix these kinds of flaws though, if you work on it. We learned British English at school at first. Actually that is what we are taught here as well. But the thing is, I was by the time that we were being taught English at school, which was like 5th grade, I was already speaking English. I mean, at the time I thought that I spoke pretty well, but I'll be honest with you, it was pretty basic. But I did know like the basics, right? I did know like how to talk more or less. I could do it online and shit. But yeah, by the time they were teaching us like British English, I was just like, I mean, I know the American. I've heard it like in movies and games and etc. So that's like what I'm gonna replicate. So it didn't really stick with me. It didn't really stick with me. They switched to American English in high school. Lamau. That is so funny. That is actually the funniest thing in the world, dude. Okay, I need to think this for a second. Where am I supposed to go? What the fuck am I doing? Because I need to use the compass somewhere, but I am not sure of where that might be. I'll be honest with you. I got it from there. I know that I can do this. Honestly, if I could go to the substation, that's probably where I get the fuse. Which means that maybe the gas station has something for me to put into the substation in order to be able to do that. But where the fuck am I going to be able to open up the thing? I'm gonna be fumbling a bit. I'll be honest with you fellas, I'll be fumbling a bit to figure out exactly where I'm going because I cannot tell. I really, really can't. There's a hole here as well. I believe that means that I can't possibly go back, right? But where do I use the compass then? I don't think there's anything that I would use it here for. But no, there's I'm like, I might as well just like look here just in case there's something. It might be just a huge waste of time. I just hope I don't get, you know, doinked by Nemesis. That'd be bad. Hopefully not. Is this true? If you can't play football in Brazil, you get disowned by your parents and cast out by society. Yes. It is not true. Oh. My fault, team. My bad. Born to say oopsie daisy, forced to say my bad, gang. I love that image. It's so funny. Born to say my bad, gang. My fault, team. Do all the older Resident Evil games have a female main character? Up to 3. Up to Code Veronica, yes. As far as I can tell, because after this, so like we've had 1, 2, and 3, which all have had a female main character. 1 and 2 and 3 have Jill, 2 has Claire. Then after this, we're going to be having, I believe the order should be Code Veronica after this, which is Claire once again. Then we have Remake, which is a remake of the first one, so, you know, Chris and Jill again. And then Zero, which has Billy and Rebecca. Which Rebecca is from 1, but she's kind of like a side character, so we didn't really get to see her because she's only in Chris's route. We'll probably be addressing that at some point in the future. Don't worry about it. Where the fuck am I supposed to be going? What the hell am I doing? We're still putting politics in chat. I'm not seeing too much stuff that's bad, so I will allow it for the moment. But I will put a stop to it if it keeps going for too much longer. Or if it gets, you know, too bad. I am keeping it close. I'm keeping a close eye on you boys and girls. I'm keeping a close eye. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Code Veronica, Good Civilization. I'm excited to get to Code Veronica because Code Veronica traumatized the shit out of me when I was a kid. If I told this story as well, only like a billion times probably. Is this going to... Can I even go down here? Like, what does this do? We must channel our knowledge to the future, for it shall always show us our greatest destiny. So we must channel our knowledge to the future. This doesn't do a damn thing. That's the problem. Place your wisdom here, right? That's the bronze book. That makes sense. Unless I can take the compass and replace the book with the compass. That might be it. I thought that, you know, the statue was just holding the book and that's it. But maybe I can put the compass on where the book was supposed to be. Let me try that. It's worth a try, if nothing else. It's worth a try. Which RE girl is your favorite waifu? Well, I only have one waifu, and that's Inubashiri Momiji from Toho. So I can't say that I have a waifu, but I can tell you what who my favorite girl is from the Resident Evil series. I just need to give it a think. Let me see. We have Jill, Claire, Ada. It's Ada. I don't have to think too hard. It's Ada. It is 100% Ada. Islands are a great setting for horror because there's few places though for a great sense of isolation. Isn't that true? Isn't that true though? I mean, you're stuck all alone with something out there in an island. It's fucked up. A loyal rat? Yes sir, yes sir. Has been for nearly 10 years now. And it's not going to change anytime soon. This should be it. Yes. Alright. I guess maybe I should have thought about it before. Like, it probably was obvious, but I'll be honest with you. Don't expect too much out of me on my first playthrough on a horror game. The fact that I even remember that as I'm talking on a stream setting is a miracle in and of itself. That's what a lot of people... I don't know if like people actually like, you know, understand this and like they just, you know, still choose to like joke around about it, or if people like genuinely like think it doesn't happen. But when you're streaming, you legitimately like 50% of your brain is now just gone because you're just thinking about the stream, the chat, talking, etc., etc., etc. That is a thing that is very real and it does happen. And I see a lot of people like talk about it and always trying to be like, oh, you know, this is like a thing, this happens. And I don't know if like, you know, the chat actually like believes that or not, because it's true. It's very true. Trying to talk to people and, you know, trying to, you know, come up with entertaining topics and trying to, you know, keep attention to chat and trying to like split my attention with this and the game. It's like, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Battery. What was I gonna say though? It is the common favorite, I think. No competition. I'm a basic bitch. What can I say? I'm a basic bitch, and I'm proud of being a basic bitch. I will not deny it. Yeah, I was gonna say that Code Veronica traumatized me. I've told the story a billion times, but I'll tell it again because it's very fun to say. When I was young, like 6, 7, 8, not entirely sure. I do not have a time stamp for this. Usually the way that I date my memories is I remember it through what games were out at that point. But when I don't have that kind of reference, also I kind of just like skipped over that comment. But yeah, that is an insane way to date my memories. It works though. Anyway, when I don't have that going for me, I go for... It was probably around this time. So it was my friend's birthday, and we were playing games, and Code Veronica came up, right? And it's like, oh, Resident Evil. I know of this game, right? So I was watching it, and very young, once again, a very young child that I am, it gets to the point in the intro where there's an explosion, I believe, and there's a bunch of zombies that just like show up out of their graves covered in fire, and I saw that and I pissed myself, dude. That was so scary to me, you know? I was just like, holy shit. I had nightmares about that night. It was bad, you know? It was really bad. So I'm excited to, you know, put that trauma behind me by playing through Code Veronica X. There was an explosive here. Of course there was. Oh well. This chat is also slow. Don't know how people with 6K viewers do it. Yeah, can only glance at chat and pick something at random at that point. The thing is, when it comes to like small streams like mine, the charm point, as it were, is the way that I can interact with people, right? If I were to stream and I just focused on the stream itself and didn't interact with anybody, it wouldn't last, right? And the thing is, like, I mean, these big streams also interact with chat, but the big draw point is them themselves already. Like, they don't need to interact with everybody because they already will draw in people, right? Like, even if they wanted to, which they can't, they don't need to, right? Because they're already drawn in people just by being there. So, like, at that point, you can neglect chat, whereas at this point, even if I wanted to, I can't, right? Which, once again, just want to stress out that I don't want to neglect chat. I'm just trying to, you know... I am just trying to point out how funny it is that these kinds of things kind of, you know... It's like a balance. The heavier the chat becomes, the less relevant it is. The lighter it is, the more relevant it becomes. It's interesting, is what I'm trying to say. We read about the crazy cult thing that led to the phrase, drinking the Kool-Aid. That is a phrase, isn't it? I don't think I want to learn about that, though. I don't think I want to learn about that. Thinking about it, cult stuff? Didn't even know that came from cult stuff, drinking the Kool-Aid. Wonder how many of the OGs leave those channels once the streamer gets large like that. I did see the other day, I was going through a little something, and some people were commenting how, like, excuse me, some people were commenting on how their Oshi, right? You know, the VTuber term for, like, their favorite. they were commenting on how they were getting like too large, and then like pretty soon they would have to leave their stream because they just didn't feel comfortable in like these bigger communities. And it's like it's no hard feelings, no nothing, right? It's like, you know, they like them and all that, but at that point they wouldn't be able to enjoy the stream. They're doing just fine, which is great. So, you know, they're gonna go and leave, right? And yeah, somebody like raised that question, like how many people actually, you know, share that same feeling where, you know, somebody gets big and like the community is not the same anymore, and it's like, I mean, you like them and all that, but it's no longer the same kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, wish them all the best, but nobody's like, you know, forced to stay there, right? So, you know, move on to greener pastures. They get to grow, the other person gets to, you know, watch somebody else. Everybody's, you know, happy and fine and dandy. But then there's other people that like take it, you know, a different way, and there's people that like, you know, take grievance with it, right? It's like, I can't believe I can't watch them anymore. Grr. That kind of thing is bad, but it doesn't happen too often, I found. It's a thing that just, you know, can't really do much about it. Can't really do much about it, and there's no hard feelings about it either. Because once again, lest we forget, this is just entertainment, right? It's a good thing to define that. It's a good thing to like just mark that line so that nobody gets like too attached to anybody, right? It's a good thing to just, you know, remember that at the end of the day, everybody is free to, you know, go their separate ways if they so wish. It's nice and healthy. When operating a transformer, be sure to set this power transmitter to manual mode. The old system is prone to short-circuiting. Be careful not to let it exceed maximum levels. Please set this device to manual mode. No, because I was talking and I didn't read a goddamn thing of what was going on here. Glad that people have a sense of what's right and wrong at all, especially people who can protect. That is very good. Power is meaningless without morality. Or it's dangerous. High voltage control room, the lock will be released at 115, 125. Gotcha. So if I want to release that, it's 115, 125. Low voltage, lock will be released at 1525. So 115, 125. It's basically just 1525 and 115, 125. Needs to be set to auto mode. Gotcha. So I'll just set this to... Sure, set power transmitter to manual mode. There we go. So now I can set it to whichever voltage I want. Oh. Wait, 1525? Huh? What the hell's going on here? Times 1 times 2. Fucking stupid. What the hell? Dread the day Yara becomes a big streamer, become just chat. Chat, what do you guys think about that? Don't worry, if I become a big streamer, you'll all be Domo Nation. Domo Nation, baby. Probably doesn't even remember the 47 at the end of my name. There are people that just like call people out by their full name. I don't do that because I prioritize ease of saying. It's like saying Ryugami over just saying Ryugami 47. There's a lot more for me to like stumble on, so I just, you know, cut it short. But there are people that like would name like Gambit would be Gambit 1461, right? And I respect that. I appreciate that, but not me. I can't do that. It's best for me not to do it. Happens every summer nowadays because VTubers don't renew their contracts. Who was it? Was it Hololive that had like a whole slew of VTubers just like dropped out recently? The Holostars? I don't know if I should talk about this. It's about like it's about one of the guys that dropped out and what their other persona was. I don't like talking about that kind of thing because it's like it's that whole thing, right? You know, respect the kayfabe, yeah? I don't really like to talk about that, but I will say that there was one of those guys that dropped out, and I actually knew the persona that they had before. Like, I had watched them, but I had no idea they went on to, like, Holostars. And when they returned, I was just like, whoa, really? It was this guy? Holy shit. Anyway, second switch. Blue? Oh, it's plus and minus. Gotcha. So it's just... But what about the times 3? Oh, it's 5. So it's like it adds 5 where it subtracts 5. So now it'll be 20, which is... We need 125, one whatever. Gotcha. Alright, I get it now. I get it. It goes by multiples of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So if I'm trying to get it between 25 and... What was it again? Was it 115 and 25? I need to go check again. I think it's 15 and 25. Yeah. Alright, I could have gotten it back then. Sorry about that. I go get, the low voltage going. So do this, then blue, then blue again, then blue. I bet if I open up the big voltage one, there'll be some big motherfucker waiting to ambush me in there. Hate it when people use the full name. I think it's interesting. Say my full name, Pofilidul. I wonder if that's like supposed to be something, but I have no idea if that's even how you pronounce it, so. Say my full name. Say my name. You're goddamn right. It's not, it probably isn't. I mean, you're telling me it's not. What am I going, it probably isn't for? I guess it probably isn't, I suppose. I mean, if you're telling me your name isn't like that, I mean, I'd be wrong, but I guess it probably isn't. Ah, you are motherfucker. Head to the emergency exit. Oh, I could have just stayed, probably. You've opened the lock. I mean, I still want to open up the other one. I wonder what powering... Wait, if I increased the electric output, I probably would have electrocuted them and opened up the other door, wouldn't I? Can I go back in? Let's see what happens. Yeah, they both went to Twitch on their old accounts. Well, I don't know if they both went to Twitch, but they both... Or one of them went... They both went to their old accounts. One of which I believe is... There's a transformer that supplies power to the facility. Will it push the switch? Yeah, I want to check the other room as well. So, we need to put it between 115 and 125, which means... Whoa. Whoa, 15? Hold on a minute. 15, 30... 60, 125. What the fuck? Am I missing something here? Don't know what to think about door animations cover the loading times. They're kind of strange. Well, they used to be very iconic. I mean, they still are pretty iconic. It's a smart way to cover the loads, you know? It's like, you're not going to be doing anything, so it might as well just have, like, the door. It sucks you into the game as well, you know? My friend said the name of an old YouTuber very wrong, and I took the name. I see. That makes sense. It is better than a black screen, because it gives you something to look at. Okay, so 5. Then 35. What? I don't get it, but sure, whatever. Damn it, I should have dodged his ass. Okay, we're out of regular handgun ammo, which is just fine by me. Because I didn't mean to switch to B. I didn't mean to switch to enhanced, so now I can do that just fine. Oh, I am glad I came back. I am very glad I came back. We are very happy about this turn of events. See, fellas, when you are faced with a situation where people want to put you out of your comfort zone. All you have to do is return and you'll be rewarded with a grenade launcher. It's wonderful how these life lessons just flow so effortlessly out of this video game. Amazing. They truly were ahead of their time. I don't like the way that explosive looks like right there. Feels like there's something gonna jump on me. But I suppose it's all good. Like Vesper, but I understand him. While alive, widely ignores male talent. Don't see them collab with the girls. Yeah, that's something unfortunate, right? Like, when it comes to... So here, like, if I were to join... I don't think any of these talent companies would ever want me. At least not right now, as I am. But if I were to ever, like, join, if I had the opportunity on one of these places, I'm probably, like, wanting to join Nijisanji. Because it just feels like they have a more... I don't know. It feels like their structure is a lot more... I don't know, like not as restrictive, right? Because yeah, you go to Hollow Live and it's like you have the Hollow Girls and they're pushed like crazy. And the Hollow Stars just fucking die on the wayside, you know? It's really unfortunate to look at because they're good. They're damn good too, aren't they? They're there for a reason. They're not just there to like look pretty. They're there because they're damn good at their job. They're good entertainers and they get shafted because they're men. You know? I gotta believe that it's the whole, you know, idol mentality, you know, seeping in, you know, oh, can't have boys talk to the girls, that would be problematic. That's just unfortunate, really. That is just very unfortunate. There we go. There we are. Like Nijisanji, at least, feels like they are a lot looser in that aspect. And I mean, they seem like they have issues too, but not that bad, you know? Not that bad by a long shot. If you're half of the population, don't. I don't even know what the context is for that one, but I think I'd rather. I think I like that expression without context. That's just fun. That's just funny. If you are half of the population, don't. I can tell you his new account if you want to keep watching him. Not sure if that's for me. Just in case if that's for me, that's quite all right. Speaking as a viewer, you'd get numbers wherever. The thing with these corporations is when you're like, by the time that you're big enough to join one of those, you'd probably be able to make it on your own. So what is the draw, right? For me, I'd say that the draw is the, well, not quite the word that I'm looking for, but the community, right? Also, I forgot to bring the items that I needed. No, I didn't. I have them with me. I'm smart. I'm a smart little boy. It's like the sense of community, right? And if you don't allow, you know, your community to interact with, you know, the other half. I'm not gonna say like it's, you know, half and half, because like Hollow Live, the girls are a lot like bigger than the Hollow Stars, right? But you get what I'm saying, right? If you don't allow like part of your community to interact with the other, it's like, you know, that's very, it's deflating is where it is. It's like, can't do this, can't interact with like the people, which is like the one reason you join a company anyway. I mean, I guess you get paid good probably too, but if you're already making it on your own, you know, like don't forget, remember this, it's your talent. They need you, you know, you're working for them, but they're paying you for a reason. Yeah, it's not like they're gracing you with their attention. It's not like they're, you know, gracing you by giving you an opportunity. No. You worked your ass off to get there. You got the goods, right? Never forget that. Never for anything in life. This is not just like Hollow Life. Anything in life, dude. Anything in life, you gotta remember. You gotta remember your own worth, right? You can't have these goons out here being like, oh, it's a wonderful opportunity we're giving you, this and that. No. This is half and half. I work, you pay me. Simple. I bring in the money, I get my share. Simple. You know? You gotta always remember that. It's not like, you know, going to a company is just like, oh man, so glad they gave me this opportunity. No, no, no. You did work to deserve that, you know? They're not like granting you some divine fucking, I don't know. It's not some gift they're bestowing upon you. It's a reward, right? For work well done. Machine oil alone does not seem to be enough for this machine. Oh shit. Okay, fuck me, I guess. How do I open that door then? Do I use a knife? Do I use the knife to like... Because I'm out of ideas at this point, I'll be honest with you fellas. I'm out of ideas at this point. I forgot that I had to open up the store to like do that thing. How am I... Shit. Don't watch V2 or saw some clips, set for Vesper. Yeah, well, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? It really is. They screwed their entire Indonesian brand, so far from perfect. None of these companies are. None of them are. None of them are. I think you would draw a way bigger audience if you would play more recent games and collab more. Me? I'm not entirely sure about that. See, it's very easy to just like say do this and do that, but the whims of the audience. I could do a whole lot of things to like make myself more out there, but trust me, I am working on it. It's just that like my brain is bad and does not want to do things at times. But I am trying. The number one thing that I want to do right now is just like make shorts to like put on YouTube so I can have like some form of like short form content. Some form of short form content. Some manner of short form content, there we go. Yara's old lame plays silly old games. I think it's fine. I think it's fine for me to play old games because, you know, that gives me a niche. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of retro streamers, right? Retro VTubers even, that play like the exact same thing as me. But when it comes into going onto more modern stuff, the pond gets even bigger. Way bigger. And that's like the thing. Oh, I can use the wrench, of course. If I use the wrench, I can use it as a makeshift handle. That must be what I do. I was like trying to think, what can I replace for the handle? Maybe the thing that attaches itself to another object with a vice grip-like force. Maybe. Let's try that. All he needs is a female avatar and a voice changer. The voice changers suck though. Voice changers are very annoying. The voice changers are very easy to see through. If anything, what I could do is just like do voice training. Have you heard people who do voice training? Their voice is amazing. They could pass off as a boy, girl, whatever the hell they want, really. It is insane stuff. Now that is something that I possibly would want to get into. Not necessarily for... Hold on. Wait, I realize that this gives off a certain idea of what I was trying to say, but it's not what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say that I want to get into voice training for passing myself off as a girl. I'm just saying the voice training is really cool, and I would maybe want to get into it because it's really neat to be able to just like control your voice like that. There we go. Genius. I know. Please, please, hold your applause. I know that I am smart, but... Driver pays a fuck ton to the company for us to unload the trunk. Get paid nothing. Don't you think the workers ought to get paid more? Who was that? You no longer need this wrench. Discarded? Yeah. Do you remember? Actually, maybe you haven't even seen it, but Johnny Gagnon. Shut the fuck up. There was a clip of some goon. Some absolute fucking buffoon, right? Rich type. Real rich type. CEO, all of that bullshit. And he's going like, we have to remind the workers that they work for us, not the other way around. What are you doing if workers stop working? What are you doing if workers stop working? You know? I mean, let's not forget that if people stop doing their job, the whole world just screeches to, well, a screeching halt now, doesn't it? But the workers, they're working for us. No shit. They are working for you willingly. It's not some gift you're bestowing upon them to give them work. You're paying them for it, idiot. fucking clowns in this world, dude. God. It's just a disgusting mentality. Sorry, I don't want to get too off track here. I really hate that type of notion where it's like, oh, you ought to be grateful I even give you a job.
Jill.
Want to get paid?
Hey, the zombies are getting restless.
All good, all
I
good.
know. I can hear them. What's going on?
Excuse me. Carlos is watching outside. Well, I guess I'll go grab this stuff. But yeah, I just really hate that kind of mentality. It's so disgusting. It's like, oh, you know, I give you work, and you want better conditions. You want a livable wage. Gross. Like fucking.
Jill!
What's good?
What's wrong?
They're coming! They must have sniffed us out. They know we're here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, calm down.
Any objections to my playing hero this time?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Carlos!
You can just stay in. I should probably go help him. Ah, fucking idiot. Stupid dumbass.
Eat this!
Carlos? Oh my god. You okay?
Carlos! No!
Relax. I'm not dead yet.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. That hero stuff is harder than it looks.
What a fucking clown. Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna scrounge up some equipment. There
Excuse
might
me.
not be any at our destination.
Good job, Carlos. Okay, let's keep going. Change the fur color to pink, get a ribbon, done. True. Your voice sounds kind of deep, but you could surprise me. My voice goes pretty high. I took a little silly. It was like a thing that was going through Twitter where it was like test your voice hurts or whatever. It was actually on the higher end of things, and I was like, really, really? But it can go pretty high when we operate the electronic lock. Hold on a second. When I'm just like talking normally, especially when I'm like surprised by something, that's when I get a real high pitched. I think that is my charm point. When I blow everyone's ears out, that is really my charm point. Don't they say that all the cute girls... I should probably stop saying that. I already made this comparison last time where I was like, don't they say cute girls do this? And I was like, wait a second, I'm not a cute girl. It is soaked with machine oil. Yes, it is. But don't they say all the cute girls just, you know, screech so loud they blow your eardrums out? I can do that too, probably. You need strong unions for that? Those aren't a thing everywhere. That is true, yeah. That is true. The French are pretty good at closing down the entire nation. You know what is really interesting to me is the fact that there's been the whole, you know, French riots that's been going on for a while now, right? And the government literally just says, I guess that's happening. Like, wow, okay. They just really don't give a shit, We should pay our bosses for the opportunity to work for them and gather experience. True. Every time there's what is it called when you go to work for someone for like free for the experience? It's like something you do as a student or just freshly out of university. Every time that happens, I'm just like, I get it, but at the same time, they should really pay you for it. You know, they really should pay you. Like, what is this? Catfishing. No, shit. That's awful. Aren't those too many stars on that American flag? Where's the American flag? I've been going all over the place. I don't even know where. Where are we? Where's an American flag? Is it outside? It's probably outside. Oh man, when the cutscenes are on, that's when it takes me a long time to like catch up with chat. It's a storage to maintain temperature level of the oil. Will you operate the electronic lock? Yes, I will. A, B, C, D. D? Huh? What? Is there like some manual that I'm missing or something? Untidy counter. Am I stupid? Oh, BAC, there we go. That's what that's saying, I believe. So, if we go ahead and... Okay, so B, A, C? Or do we need to just light up B, A, and C? Yeah, it's one of those kinds of puzzles. I get the picture. So it should be... No. I mean... Hold on a minute. This is going to be a bit troublesome. B, A, and C. I'm probably going to have to take a second to actually think about this one. Like I said, 50% brain, etc. Need to shift a little bit more. So if I do this... Aha! Okay, I get you. So I need to light up only the one that's like lit up. In which case I can probably do it like this. Boom. Man, I'm so good at puzzles when I actually know what exactly is going on. Give me the machine oil. Give unto me. There we go. Mixed oil. Fucking really? There's actually no way, right? Like... How? Get me out of this place. Are you kidding me? Internship, that's what I was talking about, yeah. Can be a cute girl if you want to. I don't want to be a cute girl. I'm fine being a guy. Uh-oh. Jesus Christ. That is fucking loud. It's a good thing we got out of there. Hope French economy stalls, something like that. Our parent company is French and they always demand ridiculous shit. That is petty as hell and I respect it. Fucker. Alright, come at me then, goon. Yeah. I got those. What do you got for me? Stupid bitch. I learned something from all my time spent dodging you that one time on stream that we're not going to talk about because that stream never happened. Whew. Hope the French economy stalls so Europe buys our shit. Bro, please, can one of our country's economy please just be fine? I don't want to keep having to deal with fucking gas prices going up. It's really annoying. Oh, Jesus Christ, are you serious? Oh, come on, brother! I was right there! Oh, fuck me. Well, fuck my ass, I guess. What?! What is that fucking thing? The emergency power supply, will we turn it on? Yes. Shit. Did I have, yeah, I have orange caution. You know what this reminds me of? Tremors. guys ever seen that video? That movie? It's a good movie. Shit, not far enough away. Get your ass back in there, fucker! Fuck me. Are you kidding? I am getting absolutely tore up by this stupid worm. I think I might have to lure it out somewhere else. Come on! What is going on? Actually, I'm genuinely very confused. Am I not supposed to be dealing with it or something? Is this it? We go up the ladder. Okay, I guess that was it. Ugh. Sorry about that. Oof. What are we talking about? People in control want freedom and money/glory for themselves. Yeah, that's usually the case. I don't know nothing about US history except they like oil and freedom in that order. Honest question, if you had the chance to be born again, had two options to choose, would you rather be born as an average looking man or a really hot woman? I'm fine being an average man, yeah. Being a woman is scary, man. Very scary. Yeah, that's a lot of text. Okay, let's calm down there, man. Calm down there. Oh, shut the fuck. I mean, maybe you are in the wrong chat game, but what is wrong with you? Oh. Good series of movies. This is true. This is very true. I really got just tore up by that worm, didn't I? Who up playing with a worm? So I just had to lure it out to another hole, but I couldn't, like, I tried doing that and it just wouldn't show up, so I thought, probably not. I guess I should have tried harder. Anyways, now we got the oil, now we got the things, got everything, we can get this bad boy going. This is fine.
It looks like we're ready to go. Here, take this.
Flame rounds. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Nikolai won't be joining us.
I understand. I'll operate the cable car. Let's go.
We didn't see Nikolai die. Hey, Mikhail. Appears to be in pain and suffering. Are we all? Whenever I ask that question, everyone wants to be born as a male again. I mean, it's just, you know, men have it easier. At the end of the day, men do have it easier.
It's looking good.
Uh-oh.
Mikhail!
I'd know that track from anywhere, and I'm not too fucking pleased about it with only 34 bullets to my name. Can't really fend off a nemesis if this is all that I have. No healing, no nothing.
Mikhail!
This fucker. I legitimately cannot fend him off if it's this. I legitimately will die. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. I can't break free. Brother, you can't do that kind of thing. I got thrown back so far. Where am I now? I think I didn't even do the book thing yet. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I guess I should have saved. I guess I should have saved. Man, whatever. First playthrough? Yeah, this is first playthrough. This is first playthrough. Better be ugly on the outside, beautiful on the inside. Be beautiful on the outside and wasting away in jail. This is true. This is very true. You know, many things are preferable to being in jail. That is one of them. That is one of them. Men always say women, especially good-looking ones, have it easier. They don't. That's just the thing, right? It's just what do you call it? Like it's really back here. Fuck my ass. Yeah. I haven't even gone to the substation yet. Man, oh man, this is bad. Oh, let me see. I got the power cable, I got the oil which I can mix, and then if I use what did I use to open up the... I just click the button, then I take the book, then I put that thing there, then I get that, and then I get back. Okay, I know where to go, so this should go far, far faster, but yeah, do be aware that we are pretty far back. It might take like upwards of 30 minutes to get back to the point where we were. But yeah, it's just like that kind of thing, right? The whole, oh, you know, people fawn over them, and especially like in the VTuber community, it's like, oh, they get attention just from being pretty and being women, and it's like, yeah, negative attention too, you know? Things aren't all roses and sunshines all the time. Did you know that? Were you aware of this simple fact? People really like to just like put things in like black and white terms when they really aren't. That's one of those cases. Ow! Hey, if I get shot with that, I'll die! Oh man. Yeah, weird Redditors, you know, the kind. Incels, you know, that type of people. Not everybody is like that though. You can rest assured of that. I am before the part where the ground breaks under my weight. Goodness. They say stuff like they just need to marry a successful man. Bro, that is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. They just need to marry a successful man. Oh my god, just get married to somebody. Bro, just fucking tie your entire life to some other person. Who cares? Just as long as they're rich, just do it, bro. It's like, once again, ignorance of the highest order. Just dumb as shit. We really don't take these kinds of people seriously, you know? We really shouldn't, and we don't. They need to go watch the Barbie movie is what they need to do. Yeah, that is what they have to do. Climb up. Get away. Would be especially happy if I became a generalist, bodiless thing after dying. That would be interesting. If like spirits are just spirits. I mean, there's like that whole thing with like, oh, angels are just angels. They do not have sexes. That would be an interesting way to go about things. Everybody's just like, I mean, I guess everybody has their own unique idea or concept of what, you know, life after death is, or if there even is one. That would be one way to go about it. I don't know if I would be too happy with my loss of identity in that regard. But I'm sure I could make do. But yeah, you know, it's whatever, right? That kind of thing is just silly. I'd love to haunt people after death. Evil being. Male VTubers are so cool. Some of my favorites are male. I think it's just like, it's up to the person, you know? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're male or female. Let's say for the sake of argument that, you know, female VTubers do have it easier. Female streamers have it easier, like gathering an audience. Do you think people are really going to watch somebody just because they're a girl? Like, just because of that? That doesn't happen. You don't generate an audience just because you have boobs. You just don't. You have to have something to retain viewers, you know? And that's like the thing that people fail to realize the most, right? It's like they just default onto this like, women get attention for no reason whatsoever mode. And it's like they forget that, you know, this is entertainment. People have to be entertained in some way, shape, or form. But they just, I don't know, willingly choose to ignore it, I guess. I don't know. None of you have a job. I do. Smile. This is my job, smile. Ugh. It isn't. It isn't. Got a permanent position last week for as a contractor? Nice. I was gonna ramble that I have to be at work at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm proud of it. Guess you have to be up and early. That's you know, sure. Why not? Just what do you call it? Just remember to take care of yourself. If there's one thing that's bad to be proud of, it's of working a lot. Do not ever be proud of putting in a lot of work, you know? Proud of being able to do it? Sure. Proud of doing it a lot? Not a good thing. If you just waste away, you know, if you just waste your life away working, you'll die. You know? You will die. It'll be bad. Live life. Don't just like stay in the office like 10, 12, 14 hours a day. That's not good for anybody.
Jill! Hey, the zombies are getting restless.
Ever play CSGO, heard a girl talk, seeing how the other players react? It's bad.
I can hear them. What's going on?
Not in Counter-Strike, but I've seen it in other games like Valorant, for example. It's really fucking bad. Like, you either have the kind of goon that just goes, "Whoa, is that a female?
Jill!
Is that a female I hear?"
What's wrong?
Or you have somebody just like immediately go super fucking aggressive over them being a woman.
They must
Like
have sniffed
literally
us out.
just like
They know
start
we're
mocking
here.
them for existing and playing a
Hey,
game.
calm down.
It's
Any
really
objections to
fucking
my
bad.
playing hero this time?
What are you doing?
Like the only thing that you can do is just remind yourself that these people are just not quite there yet in terms of like I'd rather think they're simply not yet fully matured, right? They're still, you know, children. That's the only way that I can look at it and not just immediately go like, oh, they're just pieces of shit. Because I'd like to believe that everybody, you know, can just, you know, grow for the better, right? But there are just pieces of shit out there as well. There are just people that are just fucking terrible human beings out there as well.
Relax.
Unfortunately.
I'm not dead yet.
Like, imagine that. Imagine just, like, going online, talking, and then all of a sudden people will just go like, oh, is that a boy I smell? Hello. What are you doing here? You know, you need a big woman to keep you company. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Disgusting.
There might not
And
be
there are
any at
people
our
that do this,
destination.
right? There are people that do this to women. They're like, oh, do you need some help, queen? No, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to play a game. Like, it's just awful. It's just embarrassing. It's just a terrible display all around. But we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. I will yell at everybody equally. I will treat everybody at the same level, which is bad. The level is bad. There we go, B. And then if we do it like so, and then like this, and boom. We're born to play football, true. That is very true. Man, when woman. That's so true, bestie. That is so true. Man, when woman. That is so true. That is so very true. What the hell am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. I literally looked my way into that one. Apparently I'm strong, willing to suffer. Don't care that their consciousness mindset is abusive. If it is, I'm also paid 20 bucks an hour. I mean, I guess so. What is it? It's like that kind of thing with who was it? Was it Osamu Tezuka? I believe it was Osamu Tezuka and Ishinomori and their friend whose name I don't remember at the moment. Which is telling. It's like, oh, I remember these two guys, which worked themselves to death, but I don't remember the third guy who did not work himself to death, but is still alive, right? It's like that sort of philosophy, right? Better to burn out than to fade into ashes or something like that. I think that is not a good philosophy whatsoever. Like, yeah, whatever. People remember you after you're dead. You're dead. You know? Like, I'll take a mediocre average life any day of the fucking week over some life that, like, burns out very quickly. Like, I just... But once again, you know, people have different values, right? People have different values about things. And it's not like I can force mine upon them. So, you know. But I do hope that everybody out there is looking out after themselves, you know? Don't push yourselves too hard. Not any harder than you can take, anyway. Alright, here we go. I'm just walking while I'm going through chat. What's going on? People don't have a social circle. Some people don't even have a social circle outside of work. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that also works into the whole... I wonder if some people... Because, like, there's those kinds of people that are, like, very much so workaholics as well, right? Like, they don't do it to... It's like, it's not to their detriment or anything. Like, it's not to the point where their health suffers for it, but they really, really like working. It's like, oh, I'm only normal if I'm working. And I wonder if that's, like, not also an aspect of it. The whole social aspect of it. It's like... You know, these are the people that I know. These are my coworkers. This is what I know what to do, right? That kind of thing... how do I put this? Kind of saddens me a bit when I see people like that. People that are like... They can't function if they're not working at that time, right? Like their will is just like drained. Because I get it. It's like a very big part of someone's routine and all that. But at the same time, it's like... I mean, work is largely unenjoyable, usually speaking, isn't it? And to have such a big part of your life tied to something like that, and then not feel right if you're not doing it? You know what I'm saying? Kind of feels a little bit like Stockholm Syndrome-ish. It's like they're having a vacation or something, like they're on holidays, and it's like they can't even enjoy it because they're just like thinking about, oh man, you know, gotta work. Wish I was working right now. Wish I was being productive or something. That's something that I really try to avoid, because I do kind of... I kind of suffer from the whole, you know, oh, I gotta be productive thing, or else I'm not doing enough if I'm not being productive. Dogs? Fucking dogs this time? Are you serious? Must prefer the crows. Like, I try to actively go against that kind of thing, because it's like, I gotta remember that there is a time to work, and there's a time when I can just, you know, relax and, you know, not do anything. Like, you need both. You can't just do one or the other. You need both for, you know, healthy life. Words. I am so far behind chat, by the way. Today's stream is unfortunately just how that's going. I don't think I'm gonna recover anytime soon. There are a few times that I was, you know, caught up with chat and I was like, yeah, I can do it. And now I'm just like ranting on and on and on. I'm 5 minutes behind. Oops. Want to tell the ghost I saw to get away from my property? Fair, fair. Can you save before starting the fight again? Not saying you'll die again, but you will. Oh, no, no, I will save. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will save. Before I do that fight. Because I have to do, like, the worm and the... and Nemesis. I definitely will save. Need to go sleep. Bye, guys. Have a nice stream. I missed saying goodnight to Gambit. See, that's what happens when I'm this far behind. Fuck. That actually feels bad. I don't like missing when people are, like, saying goodbye. I have a value-sized bag of Trolley Sour Bright Crawlers. They're delightful. Just going by sour crawlers, I think I know what you mean. And yeah, those things are very good. They're yummy. Just thinking about them is making my mouth water, though. That reminds me. Have you guys ever read or seen Baki? It's like the manga / anime. If you know Beastars, the mangaka that does Beastars is the daughter of the guy who does Baki, right? Anyway, it's about this kid and his group of freaks who are like really good at punching people really fucking hard, right? Like that's their thing. They just like punch people real good. And can I not? I guess I can't shoot the explosive. But yeah, there's like a scene which is very pervasive actually throughout the entire series, but there's like a scene that I remember in particular where they're just like talking about how he can visualize an enemy to fight against, right? And then they go like, how does that work? You're just imagining things. That's not an actual fight then. And then he goes, have you tried thinking about a lemon inside your mouth and you're biting into that lemon? Ah, don't you, isn't your mouth drooling now? But there's no lemon there. And it's like, they extrapolate that to mean that you can just imagine yourself fighting against something and it works the same way. It's like, but you didn't get hit. How do you take damage? I thought it really hard. And now I just remember that because I was thinking of those gummies and my mouth is salivating. Oh, it's so fucking funny, dude. That's how I fight my demons? Yes, sir. Like, bro fights against Mike Tyson. He fights against, like, a dinosaur. He fights against a human-sized praying mantis, just imagining that they exist. Just visualizing them. And it's like, this makes no sense whatsoever. But the lemons, though. The lemons. Didn't your mouth start salivating when you imagined the lemons? Like, Baki takes a... fucked up. Oops, didn't mean to go here. I meant to go the other way and I got bitten for my troubles. Baki takes a concept that's like the works and just like extrapolates from it the most inane kind of stuff, and that's the entire show. That is the entire show. They made an entire show out of that. What if Thing were applicable but in a completely different sense and scale? It's amazing. Like, they regularly gaslight the viewer. They regularly gaslight the viewer. Like, at least 5 minutes per 20-minute episode, at least 5 minutes are dedicated to gaslighting you. It's like some scientist back in the 1940s did this experiment where you could suck up your nuts into your body to protect them. It turns out that karatekas have been doing that for years. We're actually experts at sucking our own nuts into our body. And they just go, ah, yeah. Does your forehead also start sweating if you eat something really sour? Not for me, no. There's some funny reactions that you can have to like eating stuff though. There's some like funny reactions to eating things. Like for example, if you, for me anyways, if I were to eat marmalade, right? I remember, it doesn't happen anymore, but I remember when I was a kid, if I were to eat marmalade, I would feel ticklish in my mouth. And I don't know why. It used to happen like very, very often, like all the time. Every time that I ate it, I would just feel ticklish. And there's no real reason as to why. It just happened. It just happened. And I was like, sure, I guess that's facts, dude. That's facts. I didn't even notice when it stopped. I was just like, Cool. Hmm. I reached a point where I laughed even when things got painful enough, though, physical trauma. My response to publicly slamming my fingers in a grocery cart back that I unjammed was to calmly say, I deserve that. That is one way to process trauma. That is one way to do it. Don't think it's too terribly of a healthy one, but if it's your process... Like, the thing is, like, as long as you're fine, right? As long as you're alright. At least I hope you're alright. Put the lighter there, put this here, cable comes with me, parts go down here, you go there, crank stays there, and I think we are fine for the moment being. Where was it that I had... Oh, I already did it, didn't I? No, I didn't, did I? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I did. I already did the enhanced ammo. I was like thinking, did I already get the enhanced ammo? I did. What kind of marmalade? So I didn't even know this, but apparently marmalade in the US is made out of oranges, which I didn't even know was possible. I don't exactly know what the name of the fruit that we use. I don't know what that name is in English. But I know the marmalade derives its name from that fruit. Like, marmalade in Portuguese would be marmelada, and the fruit would be called marmelo, right? So, you know. But it is very different in English, from what I can remember. So I don't even know how orange marmalade tastes like, or if it's anything similar. My mind can form reality, which is how I fly. True. That is true, that is true. Kalis, I gotta say, my friend, I don't think that's too terribly healthy, my guy. I really don't think so. I really gotta say, that doesn't seem too terribly healthy. But, I don't think that's the appropriate place for that kind of talk, is the thing. I don't think this is the place for that. When operating the transformer, the old system is prone to short-circuiting. I will short-circuit now. I could try the other option, but honestly, I want to, like, you know, get the emergency exit open, so that's, you know, whatever. It's basically how Ilya flies in Fate Kalite, and basically how all of Shiro works. Kind of, but it's a bit different. It's not that he believes hard enough, it's just like... It's not just him believing hard, right? It's him going through like an entire process to understand the weapon and replicate it. Excuse me. Like, he doesn't just believe that he can do it. He goes like, okay, so this is how the weapon goes. This is its history. This is how it does this. This is how it does that. Okay, now I'm gonna replicate it. Unless you're talking about Kalite Liner specifically, in which case I have spoken out of turn, and I apologize for that. Only problem with sour, I tend to go until my mouth goes super dry. Yeah, you should probably not do that. That might not be so good for you. I could increase the electricity output, but I feel like I might short-circuit something if I do. So I'm just gonna go through the emergency exit and then go back in again. Ah, Fate Shiro in general, then yes. I think it's a little bit different. But I get what you're trying to say. It could possibly, by the way, getting back to the marmalade thing, it could possibly have been like an allergy of some sort, but I mean, it stopped happening, so unless I kind of lost that that allergy as I grew up. Or I guess that's sensitivity to marmalade, maybe, is that I should say. Ah, I should have used the fucking... Oh, and I should not have shot that guy, that's what I should not have done. There we are. Alright. Let's go take care of this puzzle again, which I don't remember how to do it. What was I trying to say, though? Oh, I was talking about the marmalade. And, well, I don't really have much to say about that anymore, so moving on. Why did I say that like that? Instant regret. This does not work, does it? Unless I do that. Uh-huh. Still don't really get what's going on there, but fuck it, I guess. Like, I know that I was reducing it by 5, so like it was multiplying. When I was reducing it, it was doing it by 5, so it multiplies 5 by 4, takes away 20. Sure, fine. But it wasn't doing that before, which is really confusing. You know, I've been reading 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. Who is that individual? What is that, and who is the individual that's written it? Because I can't say that I recognize their name either. Okay, now I go back and I save, and then I go and try and beat ass. Because it did not quite work out so well the first time that I tried it, now did it? Excuse me. I think I'm going to sneeze soon. Heard of the guy from Jeeks. Wait, that reminds me. I was going into my silly little whatever, my stream dashboard, where it tells me, you know, every occurrence that's, you know, happened recently. And I saw that Jeeks just gave me a shout out like 2 days ago, out of nowhere, for no reason whatsoever. I wasn't even in the stream. Like, he just gave me a shout out. I didn't rate him. I wasn't in the stream. I was nowhere near that guy's channel. He just gave me a shout out. I don't know why, but sure. Why not? I appreciate it. I was just like, what? Where did this come from? What in the world? What the? You might have come up for some reason? True. I am... Guys, fellas, chat, Domo Nation. You might not be aware of this, but kind of a rising star, kind of an up and comer, if you will, kind of a popular sort, you know, kind of a popular sort over here. Going up against Nemesis, so... I mean, if I'm going up against Nemesis, I should probably bring the grenade launcher. Do I have to fight Nemesis? I'm gonna treat that fight as if I have to do it. That's how I'm gonna go for it. I am going to assume that I have to go for Nemesis. That I have no other choice. I'm gonna put my lockpick in here as well. No, I'm not gonna put the lockpick in here. I am going to bring this, because then I still have one slot. Oh, I need a slot for healing though. Shit. This works. I'll have 3 free slots so that I can get the stuff that Carlos gives to me. Should be able to handle the worm, I hope. Strat. Call it a night too. Thanks for the stream and good luck. I'll probably be done soon enough as well. I was about to leave without saving. Ah, damn it. It did take me like 40 minutes to get to this point again. Sorry about that death. Gang, I'm so sorry I died. I am so sorry I suffered a death in the game. Can you ever find it in your hearts to forgive me? You can? So cool. Thanks. I will now not learn anything from this lesson. I will die again in the future. You are welcome. You are one of the most entertaining streamers of all time? Nonsense. Nonsense. I appreciate the kind words, but one ought to know when things simply aren't quite there yet. Forgive yourself. True. Find forgiveness within yourself. Fellas, guys, gals, boys, chicks, dudes. Maybe nobody else might forgive you, but you can find it in yourself to forgive yourself. I said yourself twice and that didn't sound quite right. Let me try that again. You can find it within you to forgive yourself. There we go. Fucking nailed it. Impressive as always. Good job, me. Shit. Oh, fuck. This guy again. Oh, you wind up the big punchy. Okay, alright, fine. I will say, I was expecting the grab. I didn't expect him to just deck me. Ooh. Get me out of this place. Get me out of here. You provide a place to vibe, and that's the most important thing. I try. I think I ought to do a better job at maintaining it, though. That's something that I still gotta... See, the thing is, something that I've realized that is crucial, and something that is decidedly lacking for me. I believe one of the most important aspects when it comes to streaming is confidence, belief in yourself, right? You know Forspoken, that game that sucked ass? Do you know why it sucked ass? Because it didn't believe in itself. The writing didn't believe in itself. The way that it constantly made these jabs at itself, at its own world, going like, haha, look at how silly it is that there's like all this kind of magical fantasy stuff and whatever. Isn't that so crazy? That kind of writing is god-awful, and I'm getting my ass eaten. That kind of writing is like bottom of the barrel, and everybody hates it because of the same reason. It just reeks of lack of confidence in your own product. And if you don't have confidence in your own work, how are people going to enjoy it? If you don't enjoy what you yourself put down, how are other people meant to? You know? That's just the thing that is very, very terribly important. And I'm not entirely sure if that's like readily noticeable or not, but it's something that I've come to recognize in recent times, that you need to be confident in yourself. You need to, when you're putting yourself out there, you need to just do it with like full ass confidence. Because if you're not doing that, then you're half-assing it, and your stream deserves better. Your chat deserves better. You deserve better. You gotta know that what you're doing is good. And if you're none trust that it is good, then maybe you need to revise it, you know? Maybe you need to give it another look-see. You need to come up with something that you can look at and be like, yes, this shit fucks. I did it. I am proud of it. I am godlike. You need to feel yourself every once in a while, you know? Did I not get the scene with Mikhail? I don't think I did. Yeah, the barrel's still here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna exit the door and I'm gonna come back in and see if I get it. You know what? Actually, can I go back? No, I can't, can I? No, I can't. Because the worm broke the floor. Damn. Oh, never mind. I could just go around. Lamau. I was gonna say that I could go back, heal, reload, and get ready for the fight with Nemesis. But do I want to do that? We'll see if Nemesis is here. If he isn't, then I'll just... nah, fuck it. Whatever. Decked you harder than 52 cards. True. Haven't yet learned to believe in the me that believes in myself? You'll get there, eventually. The thing is, everybody has lapses of... lapses? I don't think that's quite the right word for this occasion. Everybody loses belief in themselves every once in a while. Oh, I didn't get the cool scene with Mikhail. I might redo this. It's a good thing that I'm doing, like, separate saves, because I can, like, redo things at my own pace. I might redo this just for, like, that scene with Mikhail, because I don't know if that's, like, necessary or not, but I want it to have, like... I want it to be in my game, like, marked down as, you did this, good job. Because I have no idea if that makes any difference or not, but, you know, feels kind of weird to have had it happen before, and now it didn't happen, so I might just, like, redo that offline.
It looks like we're ready to go. Here, take this.
But yeah, everybody loses confidence in themselves every once in a while, but... I mean, I'm nobody to be talking about these kinds of things, but I do think it is important to, like, make sure
Nikolai won't be joining us.
that you know
I
your
understand.
worth. This all ties back into, like, the same concept.
I'll operate the cable car. Let's go.
It feels very weird to talk about these kinds of things, you know? was very weird to talk about these kinds of things.
It's looking good.
Can't let myself think I'm right over other people's decency, wisdom, and demands. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. That is a danger. That is a danger, yes. If you lean too far into... like...
Mikhail!
your self-worth, you might end up just thinking the world of yourself, right? And
Hey, what's going on in the back?
that could happen. Yes, that could very well happen if you start with like... if you just like start off trying to, you know, reinforce yourself positively, just like, you know, I am worth it, I am worth it. You might go a bit overboard and be like, I am worth it and nobody else, you know? That can happen. You gotta be careful with that kind of thing. But, I mean, don't think about those sorts of, don't think about those sorts of thoughts, though, right? Fucker. Oh, shit! Get up, 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 get up. Haha. I don't have ammo. Get up again, get up again, get up, get up. Combine. Whoa, I forgot to equip. Yes. Oh, this is bad.
Jill, get out of the cable car now!
Mikhail, wait, don't!
Get out of here! Hurry!
That does not sound Russian, though.
Just a little closer.
Yeah, I figured he would do something like this. Ooh, it actually knocked him out. Jesus.
No, the brakes are out.
Uh-oh. What do we do?
This party's getting crazy.
Jump out of the window, use the emergency brake. Probably the emergency brake, though. I'm not jumping out of the... I'm not jumping out of a moving train. Who jumps out of a moving train? Thank you for the subs, Kalis. Appreciate it. I'm all fucked up, though. I'm all fucked up. That's so mean that they put the fight right there. So mean-spirited. Whew. Well, here we are. The clock tower. Alright, I think it's fine if we ended here. I do think I will be redoing that section so that I could get to the scene with Mikhail, because it doesn't really matter, but it matters a little bit to me. So I do want to get it. Yeah, fellas, let's go ahead and let's finish things off, shall we?